Good morning, everyone. Holy shit. I had to say it. I'm like, this is so surreal to me. We sold out, I think, 2 days ago, and this whole idea, this whole conference was just an idea in a notebook 7 months ago. So on that note, so the women behind me here are the directors of the Boston Business Women, and these women basically came out of our 4,000 person group online and came out to volunteer to make today happen. And get to know these faces because these truly are the leaders in your community. So first of all, a huge thank you to Mariana, Helena, Claudia, Regan, Sam, Sonia, Diana, and my partners Anna and Megan. We also just wanted to give a huge thank you to the sponsors who believed in our mission, and some people gave us a big yes even before we sold 100 tickets, so the people who helped make today happen. Brigham and Women's Hospital Center for Infertility and Reproductive Surgery. We're so thankful for the work you do in Boston. Silicon Valley Bank, Alice's Table for the florals today, RBC Wealth Management, Vistaprint, Boston Seed Capital, and Eastern Bank. A big, big thank you from the bottom of my heart. And there are some women who really stood out and, you know, when I was freaking out, kind of calmed me down and told me we can make this happen. And those women are Andrea Cohen of Houseworks, Pamela Aldsworth of Silicon Valley Bank, Leslie Sturgeon of New Hampshire Conference for Women. She told me everything she knows. Kip Hollister of Hollister Staffing and Hollister Institute, and Nicole Stata of Boston Seed. Thank you for believing in me and believing in this mission. So, this group started basically as an online Facebook group, and I basically started it a little over a year ago because I simply wanted women in Boston to know each other. And I had gathered this huge network, a lot entrepreneurial based, a lot of women in exec positions as well, and I just wanted to bring everyone together. So less than a year later, I think as of last night even, we hit over 4,000 members. So if you aren't part of our group on Facebook, please find us in the search engine. Just type in Boston Business Women. We'll be adding you over the next few days. And why innovation? We basically wanted to do something that was a little bit different, a different take on innovation, which is innovation and what it means to be a businesswoman in Boston in 2016. And that means that maybe we aren't able to do it all, and that's okay. And innovation in regards to a healthier work-life balance and happiness, and how do you take something emotional from home and bring it into the office and still get through your day? So we'll be discussing a lot of topics here today that you don't necessarily discuss at your typical business conference, and we want to have some fun. Our group plans monthly networking events. I do see some familiar faces, but I hope those of you who aren't part of our membership join us today. We have the next 15 months planned out. We have some amazing things coming up. We do anything from abstract painting at the paint bar to boxing night to traditional networking. But one thing we promise is we'll never make you wear a name tag and ruin your outfits. And before we get this amazing day started, I wanted to just quickly introduce myself. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Busy Girl Boston on social media, and I've been an entrepreneur in the Boston area for about 10 years. So I think I've started 5 companies since I was 16. I'm done starting companies. But Boston Business Women, Moroccan Magic, which I started 6 months ago. We just got into Whole Foods, and you'll find it in your swag bag today. It's an argan oil lip balm. And I just launched my first book, Busy Girl's Guide to Happiness, which I'm about to talk to you about. It's basically the Cliff Notes to happiness. And this is probably the most authentic story I've ever shared with an audience of this size, but I'm someone who was not so great in high school, was definitely rebellious, which felt like an outcast. I suffered from anxiety and ADHD and learning disabilities, and you know, I came over a lot of stuff, and the way I did that was through a long self-help journey and finding myself. So I'm talking to the woman today who maybe hasn't figured it all out, who, you know, is still finding herself. And from there, I wanted to give you just my top 3 tips to success and what's worked for me. One is the power of positive thinking. And it seems very simple, but a lot of us don't know how to take control over our thoughts and over our mind. And once you figure out how to take control of that, you can change your established belief system. So basically, if there's one thing I want you to take away, it's that belief is simply a thought that you keep thinking. So I'm going to say it again. A belief is simply just a thought that you keep thinking. So if you believe you're not good enough, if you believe your past is going to hinder your success or your future, you can change that entire established belief system with amazing tools that are out there today. Number 2 for my tips to success would be you only get in life what you have the courage to ask for. And I wouldn't be here today if I didn't email almost every woman in Boston asking them to be here. We wouldn't have Ariana here today unless I had the courage to reach out to her on Instagram and beg her to come. You know, a lot of people ask me, how do you get published in articles? How do you get your brands into retailers? And it's because through my thoughts and power and self-esteem and confidence and truly, truly working on myself, I've had enough courage lately to ask for what I want in life. And the universe and the world has given me what I've asked for because I believe in myself. So I do truly hope that all of you find that in yourselves as well. My last point, or second to last point, is fear. So fear is what stops us all. Fear, in my definition, is false evidence appearing to be true. So if you are fearful of something, that's stopping your success, whether it's the guy you want to ask out or that job you want to get or a promotion that you think you deserve. Fear is the only thing that stops us in life from getting what we want. So I want you to do something. You can do it with your pads of paper if you want in the middle of the table throughout the day, but basically take that fear and write it down, the biggest thing in your life right now, and go through the actual steps of what that fear is and how you'd get yourself out of it. So a quick example, fear of losing my job. Write it down, then go to step 2. I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. Step 3, I'd have to move home with my mom and dad. Step 4, I'd go volunteer at a local shelter and put my life into perspective. Step 5, and so on. And you might have 10 steps, you might have 100 steps, but our fear is so much bigger and scarier in our minds. So please write it down, break it down. It's not as scary. You have 1,000 women in this room today who I'm sure would help you through anything. And last but not least, appreciation list. It's something I've done for the last 5 years. It's so simple. In your notes section in your phone, by your bedside table, just write down 3 things that you appreciate in your life every day. If you had a really shitty day, just write down the beautiful blue sky or the woman who, let you go when it wasn't your right of way. So I hope you take something from today. We have such an awesome day planned, and let's get it started. Thank you.